Okay, now I'm back, and here is my fully written constructed response. Let's take a look at it together. I'll point out a few things as I go. So I took the R and the A, restating the prompt and answering the question, and I put that in the first sentence. The overall message in Robert Frost's poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay, is that nothing new and beautiful, that's the gold, can last forever. And then look how I introduce my first quotation. This is called integrating the quote. We always want to integrate our quotations. A quote should never just be plopped in. So I introduce it. Frost begins his poem with the idea that, and then here is my quote, nature's first green is gold. That came from the poem. That's the first line of the poem. And then at the end of my quote, I've put my period. Notice this right here. My period. And then my quotation marks. Quotation marks always go outside the closing period. And then comes the E part, my explanation. Frost is saying that the first, newest part of something before it is green is gold. This is a reference to the fact that's a lot of E, and that's what you should do. Plenty of the explanation part. Frost is saying that the first, newest part of something before it is green is gold. This is a reference to the fact that before things in nature become green, they start out more of a gold color. The green comes with age. All right, so that was the E part of the race strategy. Explain how the evidence supports your answer. That's what I was doing with all of that part that I wrote in my own words, starting right here with Frost is saying that, going all the way here to the green comes with age. Now, look at this. I've introduced another quote. I'm integrating my quotations. Frost also says that the early leaf, that's a quote right out of the poem, lasts only so an hour. So I've used two separate quotes here. These words don't come together in the poem. They're in two different places. So right here I have the early leaf part, and then down here the only so an hour. And so those are two separate quotations. They don't come all in one line. So that's why I've put them in two separate sets of quotation marks. Notice again, the period goes inside the closing quotation marks. And then here is the E again. So that early part of something is very brief and short-lived. Frost makes a Bible reference with, again, I'm integrating my quotation by introducing it. So Eden sank to grief, another quotation. Eden in the Bible was a perfect place. So I'm starting another E, but it didn't last. It sank to grief. And then I close my overall answer with something that seems to give it some closure. Overall, Frost is saying that we cannot hold on to youth and perfection. Everything must age and lose its beauty. All right, so this is a completely written constructed response. This is what yours should look like. You should start it out with key ideas from the question. What is the overall message? The overall message in Robert Frost's poem is, and then I integrate all of my quotes. I introduce them all. And then I have quotations as support. And then over and over again, I have explained those quotations. And that's how you write a constructed response. Good job.